Hey, welcome back. It's Liz from Book Learning. Today I'm going to start a tag. I'm calling it the World Tour Book Tag, and the idea is to be able to explore from the comfort of your own living room all over the world. And if you answer the questions, you can either answer from your own travels or you can just introduce us to your region, like maybe different neighborhoods or cities in a state or province, etc. So let's get ready. The first question is inspiration. A favorite bookish character from TV or film. And I'm choosing Luke Cage because that man is always reading a book. I particularly loved his choices of Walter Mosley and James Baldwin. The second question is travel agent. A favorite author outside of your demographics. Chang-Rae Lee. I read his book Aloft and really liked this story about reconciling with one's family. I've heard that his most recent works are kind of out there, but I haven't read them myself. So just on the virtue of Aloft, I will recommend Chang-Rae Lee. Question 3, destination. A favorite place to read about. Paris, of course. I love Paris. I can't help it. I would recommend books like Black Girl in Paris by Shea Youngblood. Her description of the need to travel in that book it was just on point for me. I've read other books about Paris. David Leibovitz, he's like a chef. He's a little disappointing for me because he's so negative, and I found a lot of books about Paris are so negative about the people there and the attitudes there, but I don't know, when I've gone, people have been fantastic, so yeah, but he does have really good descriptions of food. And then I've also read Baba Yaga by Tony Barlow, which was so disappointing. It's supposed to be this like fairy tale kind of thing, a retelling, but it's just really flat and boring. Question number 4, take off. A book that you read or the book that you have read to travel to a place you've actually never been. And for me, I have 2 answers. The Orphan Master's Son, which is about North Korea. I'm never going to go to North Korea. It seems a little dangerous right now. Who knows? And then The Zenith by Dong Hu Tong. Oh man, I've butchered that name. I am so sorry. Well, she's a native Vietnamese author, and The Zenith is this really fantastical, like modern Asian tale that kind of explores communism. I really enjoyed it, and I enjoyed the mixing of the main story with kind of cultural snippets. All right, so now that we've taken off, let's go out in our new destination. So question number 5 is sites. A reading spot that you want to visit. Maybe you've already been there and you want to go back, or maybe you've never been. The latter is my case. I've heard about the Literary Man Hotel in Obidos, Portugal, and I really want to go there. Like immediately. I was planning on going there later this year, and then I quit my job, so we'll see if that still happens, but it sounds amazing. It's a hotel full of books on the beach in Portugal. What's not to like? Question number 6. Tastes. A food or drink you first encountered in a book. And for me, this has to be shrimp barca, which is the most bizarre sounding recipe I've ever heard. It's a recipe by the late husband of Elizabeth Alexander that she includes in her memoir, The Light of the World. And some of the ingredients that go into this one dish are shrimp, tomatoes, rice, dates, and Parmesan cheese. It boggles my mind how put together these create the dish that, as she describes it in the book, everybody raves about. And I really want to make it, but I need an opportunity to make it just to see what happens. Shrimp barca. Who knew? Question number 7. Locals. A favorite foreign to you character in a book. So for me, any non-American character in a book. And I'm going with Mustafa ibn Muhammad from Layla Lalami's The Moor's Account. He is a North African, he's a Muslim, and I really enjoyed his perseverance, his observations, and the way that he accepts, he just kind of absorbs the cultures that he is exposed to through his choices and then his ongoing enslavement. Number 8, sounds. A word or phrase that you learned in a book, either your native language or a foreign language, doesn't matter. I'm going to go with apostasy, which I first read in Shisaku Endo's Silence. I had never encountered this concept before of being religious in a way where you wouldn't, it would condemn you to hell to renounce this belief system, either verbally or by stepping on an image that is attributed to being your God. And I am religious, but I'd never encountered this concept before, and it made me think a lot about my faith to encounter this term. Question number 9. Souvenir. Number 1. A favorite bookstore you've been to. And I'm going with the Boekhandel Dominicana in Maastricht, the Netherlands. It is a bookstore and an old church, and it is beautiful. I'll try to put a picture in. Question 10. Souvenir number 2. A favorite library you've been to. And for me, this is the Bibliothèque et Archives Nationales de Québec in Montreal. It's a national, state library. I was there in the archives doing undergrad work, but for me, what made it stand out was this Bauhaus style of architecture. It was so light and airy, and I loved it. Again, I'll try to put a picture in. All right, but now we have to come home. So question 11 is Reunion, a book that you've bought or read to learn more about your hometown. And I'm going with A Tidewater Morning by William Styron. I was given Sophie's Choice by my sister-in-law for Christmas one year. And I found out that he was born in the same city that I was born in, Newport News, Virginia. And then I randomly saw this book, A Tidewater Morning, in a bookstore, and I had to have it. I haven't quite read it yet, of course. I have too many books. But that's why I bought it. And question number 12, oops, a book of yours that is currently on its own adventure somewhere. This is either a book that you loaned out and it was never returned, or it's a book that you might have lost somewhere. And the one that comes to mind for me is The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks by Rebecca Skloot. It's one of many books that I have loaned out in my life that I never expected to get back. And no, I have not gotten it back yet. I loaned it to a friend, who then loaned it to a friend, who then loaned it to a friend. So I'm happy that that this book is being read by so many people, and I wish it well on its journey. All right, so that is the World Tour book tag. I'm going to tag someone north of me, which is Candace at Beacon Hill Books, and also Wading Moose. Tag someone south of me, which would be Bree Hill. Someone east of me, I'm going to go to Celia and Mel from Mel's Bookland Adventures. And then someone west of me, Doris at Aldi Books. Thanks. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see some more answers. Bye.